We're all against the rape, okay? Just to be clear. So what I'm about to say is not an apologist for the rapist, like that man at Walmart. Right. Clearly guilty of rape, of course, as she insinuated. Yeah. But understanding that rape is primarily a crime of, I know you're going to say it's a crime of power. Okay, get it, whatever. It's primarily a crime of wanting to have sex with someone who doesn't want to have sex with you, and so you have sex with them anyway.
It's like if I said
murdering someone is when you don't like when someone's alive, so you just make sure they don't live on.
What's soft language to describe a gruesome crime?
We're all against the rape.
This whole conversation's going to hell in a handbasket. Let's watch this last clip.
Wouldn't it stand to reason that the victims of rape would usually, not always, generally be those who are most desirable sexually, considering the crime?
Maybe like the 5s to 10s.
I mean, like you don't carjack a 98 Oldsmobile.
No.
And it's always ladies like that who are claiming they're raped. I've searched, and I could be wrong about this. There are many, right? How many times have I been to a change my mind? It's always a blue-haired, would-be lesbian feminist who claim they're raped. As far as I know, not one Victoria's Secret model has been raped.
To answer your question, Stephen, no, I really don't think that would stand to reason.
No, leave a message, I'll call you back.
Jerry, have you ever taken a bath in the dark?
No, I really don't think that would stand to reason. We are going to show more from that conversation in a bit, but Cenk, I want to bring you in here. What is going on?
Yeah, so first of all, there's two different things happening here. One is they're puffing their chest and to their incel audience and saying, hey,
look at us talking about rape in a slightly positive way.
We're all against the rape.
And so they think, that, oh, that shows how brave we are. Not really, it just shows that you guys are monsters and you're trying to create more monsters in the world. So it's not that complicated. And that's what the right-wing grift is. Just who could be a bigger jerk? Like, oh yeah, I'll do a defense of rape.
We're all against the rape, okay?
I feel like all right-wing viewers are like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, right?
It's sleight of hand. And so they'll say something that their audience will find reasonable, like,
oh yeah, right. No Victoria's Secret model has been raped, and so that must mean that all the rapes are fake. Wait, or most are, or a lot of them are.
First of all, have attractive women been raped? Of course, of course.
He said it.
What an insane proposition. But he says it, and every idiot that listens to him is like, oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, pretty girl's never been raped.
Where the hell did you get that from?
What an I don't know.
What an
I mean, it's just so monstrous. It's monstrous on every level.
Oh yeah, it's, who wants to rape a 98 Oldsmobile?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's, who wants to rape a 98 Oldsmobile?
Guys, it's not like ha ha he he. We're triggering people. It's so funny to encourage rape.
We're all against the rape, okay?
Well, technically I said, I didn't say that I was in favor of it.
I said that one instance there, this seems bad, but I mean, really.
It's just guys are attracted and the girls don't want it, so.
We're all against the rape, okay?
So hey, that's.
Because he's just trying to be
evil.
I think it's weird he says blue-haired would-be lesbians. What does that even mean?
It wasn't that kind of humor.
She still doesn't like you. That's such a weird thing, would-be lesbian.
So the main thesis there in that portion of the clip is everyone who gets raped is ugly.
God damn. Well, don't you look at me like that. You certainly wouldn't be in any danger.
Jesus Christ, man. So, yeah, if you like Crowder, you're a
Disgusting human being who laughs at stuff like that.
Crowder, go out there and make fun of them. It's disgusting.
What an
Film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure, why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
He said, his voice cracking as he's asked about being the king of all incels. That's right. That is exactly what you just witnessed. This is Jordan Peterson on Piers Morgan's show. Like, do you bear any resemblance to this character who's like a
leader of incels, or kind of a violent, angry, misogynist dudes who are mad at women because they won't sleep with them, they're involuntarily celibate, and he's like, yes, I am.
Let's watch a little bit more of what he went on to say.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, you know. It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. Well, God, and you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women. All these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
Maybe stop acting like an incredible turd online all the time by trolling swimsuit models and calling them
fat.
Jank, I didn't hear the laughter. You guys couldn't hear me.
Just dying.
Yeah.
But I could watch that and sleep soundly every night.
Oh, God.
Oh gosh. Okay. So, all right, look, guys.
Okay. So.
Oh, God.
Is incel a reference to everyone who's involuntarily celibate?
Incel audience.
No, of course not. We were all involuntarily celibate.
Speak for yourself, moron.
I spent a lot of my youth being involuntarily celibate, okay?
I spent a lot of my youth being involuntarily celibate, okay?
But that didn't make me want to
attack women, kill women, deride women online.
On and on and on, which is what unfortunately some percentage of them do. Those are the ones that are called incels.
Incel audience.
What everyone else is just called a dude.
Yeah, right. Nice try.
Okay, like
the left and liberals generally aren't the side that are policing manhood all the time.
That you have to wear this, do this, say this, eat an all meat diet to be a man. That like you need to buy these pills because you're manhood and you need to.
Women aren't doing that to you. People who don't want to date you aren't doing that.
We just want you to figure out your hair and stop wearing socks with sandals. You know what I'm saying?
No, and this crying thing he does, I mean, look, I don't think it's a gag. Although he's so desperate for attention, and now everybody talks about how much he cries, so there's some percentage chance that he's thinking, well, I bring the onions to the set and I cry and I'm gonna get more press.
He's obsessed with getting more press.
He's the guy who on several occasions was like,
that's it, I'm off Twitter. I'm never coming back on Twitter. Oh, they're killing me if I'm back on Twitter. I couldn't do it without the attention. I want the attention so bad.
It is just Karen tears after you were the one to call the cops on somebody else for barbecuing.
And doing nothing wrong. That's all it is.
You trolled somebody and then you're the victim. Oh my God.
Anyway,
no, I have to stop there to give you enormous credit. I mean, I hadn't heard it before. Describing Jordan Peterson's crying as Karen tears is perfect. That's exactly right. And which then makes me realize, look, that he's in a sense, he's very physically symbolic of the right-wing mentality. You punch someone in the face, and the minute they say, hey, can you not do that?
They go, oh, I can't believe you criticized me.
I'm gonna get kicked off of Twitter, no.
But Francesca, they do it about everything. I know, of course, the number one Karen of all time is Donald Trump. Like, oh, here, I'm gonna steal national secrets, and then,
oh, the FBI is targeting me. Just because I stole national secrets and was thinking about selling them to a foreign enemy.
And then all of MAGA comes in there, they start crying. I collect it in my Too Strong coffee mug, and I mix it in there. Oh, by the way, it's National Coffee Day, so everybody, toostrongcoffee.com/TYT, where we collect MAGA tears and then drink them. It's delicious.
You need to.
Oh, God.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Bruce Willis. He's become one of the very first artists to sell his image rights for a digital twin of himself to be created.
Sorry, Lance. Go ahead, bro.
Well, no, I was going to say this. I don't know if you know this. Bruce Willis leans a little bit right politically. So they actually technically would have the rights now to put him into a movie where he is the CEO of Antifa and is powered entirely by soy and is going to start some kind of a cuck revolution. They could make that into an actual film and he has no rights to stop it. So,
and you can consider this my retirement from comedy.
I don't know what you'd have to pay me to suddenly just give away yourself for immortality, right? Like they'll do whatever they want, depending, yes, within the bounds of the contract, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things they could do that he wouldn't be happy with.
And ironically, the person that just told you that is not actually Lance. We have bought the digital twin of Lance, and there's just a total rando who told you that, pretending to be Lance. And I tell you, we paid a pretty penny for it.
TYT.
And
oh, hell yeah.
he wasn't very careful with that contract. You know, we mentioned that porn thing. It wasn't mentioned at all.
Yeah, sorry, Lance. Okay, I mean, making the surf
Paycheck's
real.
A paycheck, boys. Gotta say, I deserve it.
Maggie Haberman has a new book coming out. It's called Confidence Man: The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America.
Okay, look, that's so funny because Kelly was too dumb to properly handle such an event, if true. I mean, why don't you just tell us that you wanted Kelly to handle that and he couldn't do it, and so you fumbled, firing your own daughter and son-in-law? Okay, like it's such a needless detail that tells you he's lying, totally. And all of you know it. Even if you're a right-winger, you know it. You can deny it all you like, but like you've been a 10-year-old. You know, bad lie, and that's one right there.
What do you think the breaking point is going to be? Because for someone like Trump, I feel that with this whole scandal, say the FBI raid, it's like, okay, so he was asked very politely by the FBI, please return these documents, you cannot have them. Then he was like, no, they're mine, I get to keep them. What is the breaking point for Trump followers? Like at what point do they see this stuff and hear this stuff and be like, well, he does kind of sound like a man baby. Like who's just like,
they're my documents, I get to keep them, they're mine now.
Where does it cross over? Like where do people start to stop believing it?
Never.
So we did,
never. Okay.
Yeah, and on the exact story you're talking about, Lance, I counted 5 different excuses for him. The excuses contradict one another, right? One of them says, "Oh, the FBI planted it." The other one says, "No, he had it, but it was no big deal." One of them says he declassified it by just thinking about it. The other one says you can't do it by thinking about it, but he must have done it through other means. Like whatever crap he threw against the wall, they just take out little chunks that they want, and it's different people. So some guy likes that piece of crap, the other one likes that a BS response, etc., etc. No, I'm positive that you cannot move a hardcore Trump supporter. Like he could do
anything.
That's shooting a man on Fifth Avenue.
That's easy. That's easy.
Like he could sleep with their wives on national television, and they would say, "Attaboy, attaboy."
Oh, Pelosi made him do it. You know, I'm not.
Look, I know it sounds like a joke. I know it sounds like hyperbole, but I think it's
quite literal.
There's one small thing, Lance, really fast. One small thing.
You shut up. You shut up.
Okay.
If he says something that actually makes sense, when he started talking about vaccines, there was a certain percentage that said, "F this guy. He's been corrupted by the deep state."
No, that's a great point by JR. I revised.
You shut up.
I love adjusting when I get facts. It's a great point by JR. I'll adjust live on air. If he said anything kind about a Democrat, they're out. Like if he all of a sudden said, "You know what, Nancy Pelosi's not so bad. I think she's actually a really good person." That's it. They leave him in media.
I mean, I'd have a problem with him for that. But actually, if he says something scientific,
I'm so fucking scared right now. You shut up.
Concrete in fact.
Yeah, it's true. If he said like 2 + 2 = 4, they'd be like, "Wait a minute, that sounds true. I don't like that." Okay, sorry.
But my point being is that even Nixon had a breaking point. Like there was a point when even the GOP started to turn the court of public opinion, let alone the judicial system. They were like, okay, at this point, it's like it's inexcusable. We have more evidence than we need to necessarily judge the president of the United States of wrongdoing. He shouldn't be allowed to do this. He cannot do secret recordings of the DNC. And they turned on him. But for Trump, I feel like there is no bar. Like it doesn't matter. Like it's not just the QAnon crowd, not just the people who believe in things that are beyond the pale, but like for just everyday, I don't know, centrist Republicans, is there nothing that it'll take? There's nothing that'll ever move the pulse.
No, for the centrist Republican politicians.
Oh, good to know.
No, the centrist Republican politicians listen to their base because they are in very safe districts. So their only challenge to their power is primaries, and you cannot get caught to the left of Attila the Hun. If you're not the most insane radical Republican in that district or in that state, they'll vote you out in a primary. The ones that say, oh yeah, whatever Trump says, the most absurd thing, the country's actually run by green lizards that live in Mars.
They're like, yes, of course it is.
Right?
You shut up! You shut up!
There's the shot heard round the world. Lizzo, flutist, singer, rapper, writer, is caught up in a bit of a controversy for playing James Madison's crystal flute there at the Library of Congress and twerking just a little bit. Matt Walsh is one of those people that was very upset. He tweeted this out: simply desecrating American history just for the sake of it. Here's another one from him. He says they are outright admitting that this was done as a purposeful act of degradation, racial retribution against one of our founding fathers. And yet, I still see some conservatives on here like, lighten up everyone. I think it was kind of cool. I'm not a conservative, but
lighten up everyone, I think it was kind of cool.
Matt Walsh is such a hilarious racist.
Matt Walsh is such a hilarious racist.
So, I mean, it's so obvious, right? So first of all, she had a right to play the flute and then say what a terrible person James Madison was.
But she didn't do that.
She treated it with respect. But on the other hand,
she's a black female entertainer.
Matt Walsh is such a hilarious racist.
So just by the very nature of her playing it, in Matt Walsh's world, he thinks,
well, that makes it dirtier, doesn't it? A black person touched it.
Matt Walsh is such a hilarious racist.
He's a disgusting pig of a person.
I want to add to what Cenk just said. I would check out the book, The Other Madisons, Lost History of a President's Black Family by Bettany Kurz. And it goes into detail about how James Madison also sexually assaulted the very human beings that he owned. So he is not a good human being. He's someone that, like, you are in the right place to desecrate. This is a slave-owning sexual assaulter who sexually assaulted his own slaves. That's nothing in regards to, like, that's not what Lizzo did. Lizzo played it beautifully. She's incredibly flutist, very, very talented. It was very respectful, all wonderful. And at the end of the day, if she wanted to desecrate it, I think that would have been even better.
And at the end of the day, if she wanted to desecrate it, I think that would have been even better. And at the end of the day, if she wanted to desecrate it, I think that would have been even better.
Actually, you're from Canada, and I didn't know that until.
Don't hold it against me, please.
Our supervising producer Brett texted me that information.
I would never expect myself to be amused
by a dildo shaped like Mitch McConnell, but here we are.
Here we have a dildo with Mitch McConnell's face on it. It's an effort to raise money by selling these Mitch McConnell dildos. Dame raises funds for abortion access with Mitch McConnell head dildo. I mean, dildo
is a dildo.
Dildo
is a dildo.
Dildo
is a dildo.
I mean, in this case, literally is a dildo.
Literally is a dildo.
Dildo.
The guy's a dildo now.
But if they really want to maximize the opportunity here by expanding the line of dildo
is a dildo
items offered to the people, they could maybe even come up with like
A double donger.
Dildo.
Is a dildo.
Dildo. A double donger. Double donger. Why not? Love for both parties. Now the dildo doesn't jive. I'm gonna see the dildo. The dildo comes in the color ice, like McConnell's soul.
Double donger. Why not?
You ever want to join us on the road? There's always an open bunk for you, man.
No. Life on the road's no good for animal. Yeah. Too many women. Too many times.
So here's my official answer, for the record.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
Kiss my ass. I do not apologize.
To absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
In fact, by all rights,
you sick freaks
should be the ones apologizing to me.
Yes. Yes. Everyone should be apologizing to Matt Walsh for thinking he was pretty creepy in defending the notion that teen girls get pregnant. And for those of you who are wondering, what did he say exactly? Well, here's a snippet of that clip.
Teen pregnancy is a new problem.
Yes.
In the sense that it's only recently that we decided that it is a problem. Recently, in the last 30 years or so, we decided that that's way too young to start a family.
Girls were getting married early and marriages were lasting longer. You very rarely hear about like these relationships that go to their, your diamond anniversary, your 50th anniversary and all this.
That's why
they're still alive.
Yeah, that's why you can have someone in their 70s who's celebrating their, 55th wedding anniversary because they got married when they were teenagers. So what I'm saying is that the problem is not per se teenage pregnancy, it's unwed pregnancy. That's the problem in society.
Smoothest brains in the world.
Your likelihood of divorce goes up considerably the younger you are when you get married. That's what the statistics entail, but that would require these guys to read about it. He also said that,
women are most fertile between the ages of 16 and 24. So think about it.
Creepy.
Yeah.
So look, the cultural norms do change. And so is it true that 30 years ago, getting married to what we now call underage girls was more common? Yes, it was, right?
Like, until recently, there were plenty of red states that had still allowed child marriage in this country, not 30 years ago, like today.
And so it's that part is
it's true, right?
But that gets to the question of
okay, yes, but what do we want now?
Right.
And so the right wing is going around saying that everyone's a pedophile and everyone's a groomer that they disagree with, right? And then they'll say, "Oh, it's why? Oh, it's why? We think they like teenagers. I mean, they're making it up. They're making it up. They make it up about almost everybody, right? But now Matt Walsh turns around and goes,
"What? Liking teenagers is awesome, as long as you get married to them and force them to be with you for the next 55 years." Okay, so
they're making it up. It's a
so they can
spectacularly bad idea.
How else would they have their golden anniversary, Cenk? Like these. How about don't get involved in other people's personal decisions?
Okay.
No, how about not? How about no? That's who he's a creep. I don't want to really hear anything about what he thinks is creepy. He's a creep. Not interested.
You're a creep.
But my favorite part of his non-apology is how he makes himself out to be some sort of brave hero. And so get a load of this and then I'll kind of dismantle his nonsense.
I wouldn't apologize to you, soulless parasites, if I had a gun to my head. Instead, I'd rather just tell you all to piss off. I apologize for nothing. I concede nothing. I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob of degenerate morons. The secret they never say out loud is that nobody is truly canceled unless they consent to it and they willingly play their assigned roles. Well, I do not consent, and I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going anywhere.
What a hero! So brave, very, very brave. I don't know if he got this, but let me help him understand.
No one was asking for your apology.
The point in talking about what you said in the past and what you continue to say today is to draw attention to the fact that Matt Walsh is a
creep.
He has
absolutely no leg to stand on. I
don't care about his apology. In fact, I would spit at his apology.
In fact, I would spit.
You're not a hero.
You're a massive, insecure loser
who honestly creeps me out.
He's a creep.
Probably more than any right-wing talking head imaginable.
I hadn't even heard this story, but it's obvious from his statement that he's shaken. Like, I hadn't seen that. And he's like, I'm
not gonna apologize. You guys are all trying to cancel me, but I'm not gonna get canceled.
Nobody is truly canceled unless they consent to it, and they willingly play their assigned roles. Well, I do not consent.
I'm not gonna apologize. You guys are all trying to cancel me, but I'm not gonna get canceled.
Kiss my ass. I do not apologize.
I mean, the guy, again, let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass.
Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass.
I bet he did.
I really want to tase you in the ass.
Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass.
What a creep. The dude's a creep. He should probably be investigated.
He's not gonna apologize for wanting to tase young interns in the bare bottom, okay? Not gonna do it. I don't care if I'm not gonna get canceled. Okay?
I do not consent. I do not consent to being canceled over tasing an intern in the bare ass.
Okay.
Like, he's just, okay, do you, boo?
Okay, look, a guy who.
We don't want white people being replaced.
Who's replacing them for what? What are we snatching them up and putting someone else in their house?
So I don't know if Matt Walsh genuinely thinks like this is great because it means, white people are gonna be having more babies.
White people are more likely to have the resources to go to another state or get to where they need to go. Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass. So if you're really thinking about it critically,
which I know is difficult for someone like Matt Walsh,
maybe that, plaid shirt that you're wearing, that flannel shirt you're wearing is a little tight.
Loosen it up and try to think a little bit.
Which means more babies of color.
Okay, we don't want white people being replaced.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, for them to realize it, because they're not awfully smart, right? So they're like, it takes them a while, and they're like, and then when they see the numbers, oh no, we did not intend this. So like, there's like,
I mean, just imagine sitting around thinking about this all day.
Yeah.
Like, this is what concerns them.
Yeah.
You're a creep.
No, well, I appreciate it because it's. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. I really appreciate it.
Let me tase you in the ass. Let me tase you in the ass. I really want to tase you in the ass.
Smoothest brains in the world. I would spit if.
Like. Like.